Hello, I'm Jordyn LaBarge. Welcome to KTRM Studios on Thursday, April 1st. Tonight, we congratulate Truman's men's basketball team for making Truman sports history and Truman's speech and debate team for their recent forensics tournament victory. We also take a look at some of the ways you can recognize Autism Awareness Month, which starts today. These stories and more brought to you by KTRM Studios. You don't want to miss this. The Truman Forensics team won top honors at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Forensics Tournament. Reporter Josie Wagner has more.
Truman's speech and debate team, Truman Forensics, returned from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Good Life Forensics Tournament with top honors as the first-place school in overall points. Among the champion speakers is Jackson Elder, a junior communication major who has been on the team since his freshman year. So, Jackson, tell us about the Nebraska tournament.
We were very lucky at the Nebraska tournament. We had a lot of successes, not only when it came to individual level events that maybe didn't have the chance to shine at the Missouri circuit. Test the waters with new audiences right before nationals, which is our big goal leading up to this upcoming few weeks. And we got to see some people finally get their qualifications to nationals. Others made sure that we had a lot of successes just in their fields that they've been doing. I was lucky enough to have successes there, my team just as well, and we couldn't be more proud of the work that we've been doing.
So can you tell us a little about your event? What is it that you do?
I compete in extemporaneous speaking, meaning that I have 30 minutes to prepare a speech on a topic of usually political nature, and then impromptu speaking, where it could be an object like a pencil presented in front of me or a quotation from a famous person. And I have to interpret that and make that beautiful. Those are kind of what I've done. But at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln tournament, I was fortunate enough to win overall in extemporaneous speaking, and then also get to finals in impromptu speaking.
From Truman Forensics, your teammates Audrey Baker, Megan Ford, and Kayla Gert also placed highly in their speaking events. How much work typically goes into getting them ready for a tournament like this?
Everyone has their own way of prepping. It's kind of like the way that we talk or the way that we write our own speeches. Everyone has what they default to. So for the people that can prepare speeches, they do practice rounds against each other. We listen to each other and provide feedback on, is this joke funny? Is this making sense? But for people who do limited prep events like I do, it's a little tougher. We constantly have to be updated on what's the biggest news story going on. How can we discuss this issue? And the biggest one, how do we not be boring?
Is there anything else you'd like to add about the world of speech and debate here at Truman?
Speech and debate is a wonderful exercise. I've loved the community ever since I was in it in high school. I was lucky enough to compete in it even to this day at Truman. And I can only applaud the efforts of the university to keep our team in as much standing and support as they have given us in the past few years. Nationals is very close approaching. It is about 2 weeks away as of the recording of this interview. We are very excited. We are having a prep work weekend next weekend to get ourselves all ready. And then from about Thursday, 2 weeks from now, up until next Tuesday, I will almost exclusively be locked in Barnett Hall, giving speeches, talking about politics, and hoping to make a few differences in opinion while I do.
Well, we look forward to seeing more success from Truman Forensics in the future. Congratulations again to you and all of our Truman speech and debate champions. I'm Josie Wagner with KTRM Studios.
Today marks the first day of Autism Awareness Month. Join reporter Amelia Pelez as she shares a few of the ways Truman students can show their support.
April is National Autism Awareness Month, with April 2nd being World Autism Awareness Day, a day to promote acceptance and understanding of those with autism in communities around the world. Nearly 1 in 54 children are affected by autism spectrum disorder. So many organizations accept donations for support and fund research services for people with autism. Autism is a spectrum, so it impacts people differently. This is the reason why many organizations also take Autism Awareness Month to educate people and communities in hopes of providing a more accommodating environment for those who need it. Remember to make sure you listen to those who have autism and educate yourself on misunderstandings surrounding ASD by going to reputable organizations such as the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network and the Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. We need to foster autistic voices for year-long acceptance, not just within April. This is Amelia Pelez with KTRM Studios.
The University Art Gallery is hosting the annual Juried Student Exhibition until April 15th. Reporter Eduardo Galbinski has the story.
My name is Eduardo Galbinski, and today I'm here at the Art Gallery to cover the Student Juried Exhibition at Truman State University. We're going to be interviewing two of the students who have their art exhibit here in the gallery. That's Wesley and Maggie, and also Heidi Cook, responsible for the whole exhibition.
I'm Heidi Cook. I am the director of the University Art Gallery here at Truman, and I also teach art history courses here in the art department. But this is our annual Juried Student Exhibition, and we do this every year as sort of the second big show of the spring semester. Each year we invite Truman students to submit works, and they can submit up to 3 works to the exhibition. And then what we do is we invite a guest juror who comes to Truman from another university, usually someone who teaches art in a different art department. And they get to jury our students' works. And you know, they always bring their own viewpoint and whatever medium they work in to how they jury the exhibition. And it's cool for us because, you know, when we see our students' artworks, they're kind of embroiled with the classes, and like we know those students, and so all of that reflects on how we see the works. And the idea with the guest juror is that someone comes in who has a sort of more objective viewpoint of the works, and so encountering them sometimes based on aesthetics, sometimes based on technique, and sometimes based on ideas, and selecting them for the show.
Yeah, my name is Wesley SCAFE. I'm a senior sculpture major and also a 3D modeling and animation major. So for this art piece, I was kind of frustrated with people who like idealize billionaires and people with obscene amounts of wealth. Decided to take Catholic imagery and replace the symbols with capitalist ones, kind of challenging the notion that billionaires are the best people in our society to allot capital and resources when truly they kind of got lucky. The process for that was in Blender, which is a 3D modeling software. I modeled all 3 of the figures and then printed them out on a 3D printer. After that, like sand them down and paint them with a finish. So I've got Zuckerberg, Bezos, and Musk, which are like 3 of the most well-known billionaires out there. And they also have like problematic parts of their jobs and how they affect society with how much power they have. Yeah, I definitely recommend, like, if anyone makes art in a Truman class, it doesn't have to be like in the art department, like submit it to the juried show next year. Like, it's a cool opportunity.
For this exhibition, we got Truman students as juries to decide which works were going to be exposed in the gallery. So all the works exposed are already winners.
My name is Maggie Adams, and I'm a senior art major here at Truman. And my specialties are ceramics and fibers. So this piece got first placed in the student juried show. It was done last semester as kind of preparatory thinking for my next capstone in fibers. It was woven, and it's thinking about ideas surrounding grief. I lost my grandfather a few years ago, and he was an avid fisherman, and that grief kind of like hit me pretty hard. So it's in response to, what does it feel like to live your life while carrying that grief? And for me, it's not something that really goes away. It's something that just accumulates over the course of your lifetime. So I inserted these like little fishing lures and sinkers and fishing line to kind of connect back to my grandfather and also articulate like the weight that kind of just you start to feel when you experience that grief. Probably took over the course of like a month and a half to make this piece. I dyed the warp myself to get this kind of gradation happening, and I wove it on a floor loom with a technique called inlay, so that's what allowed it to be kind of more transparent so you can see through it, so then like light interacts with it and you get interesting shadows happening. So since I'm a senior, I've been here for 4 years, and I've gotten work into the show all 4 years while I've been here. And this is the first time that I've like gotten a proper award though, so that's exciting, I guess. And to anyone who's ever made art, kind of like Wesley said, it's a really great opportunity. It's really fun. It's low pressure. You don't have to pay anything to get in. So if you've ever created anything while you're on campus, that's eligible to get in this show. So you should totally do it because it's fun.
Despite the fact that COVID is happening, the students really rallied and they turned in a really impressive set of works. So I'm impressed with them as usual.
The exhibition will be on until the 15th of April, and I recommend everybody to come check out these amazing works. This is EDUARDO GALBINSKI, KTRM Studios.
Professor Antonio Scuderi participated in Writing Orality, a webinar on written and oral traditions hosted by the University of Oxford on March 31st. Scuderi founded the Truman State University Italian program in 1998 and has authored several papers on the topics of Italian performance traditions. Scuderi's talk was titled Performance and Text in the Italian Carolingian Tradition and was featured alongside other lectures on the topic of early text cultures. The paper featured the interaction between oral performances and written texts with a focus on Carolingian lore. For students interested in learning more, a recording of the reading session Professor Scuderi participated in can be found at earlytextcultures.org. Next up, we take a look at the recent arcade night hosted by Student Activities Board. The event featured several arcade games, including a Mario Kart tournament. Reporters Eduardo Galbinski and Laura Gainza have more.
Hello, this is Eduardo Galbinski.
This is Laura Gainza, and we're here at the Student Union building covering the arcade night.
We're also going to be covering the Mario Kart Championship to see who's Truman's best Mario Kart player.
Here is the arcade night. Enjoy.
Hi, hello. This is Nicole Galarza. I am a part of the SCV. We thought about this arcade idea, and I was personally in charge of the Mario Kart tournament. We thought it was really fun, and it was gonna attract people from different scenarios around campus.
We've been exiting a pandemic. What do you think? Is this the right time? Is it a good idea? What are the precautions here?
We are trying our best to follow COVID-19 precautions as best as we can.
Are the controllers being sanitized? Do you know anything about that?
Yes, every time someone uses it, we quickly clean it up for the next person to use it, so it's not that contact trace.
Do you have any idea of how many people are going to be participating on this go-kart tournament?
Right now we have 32 participants. That is not counting the people that are here just to watch or encourage their friends.
So, first of all, what's your name and why are you here?
I'm Megan Mocker, and I'm here to have fun with my friends and also have a nice, friendly little competition.
What do you think about the entire COVID situation and us being on the same room and stuff?
Well, they're sanitizing the controllers and the seats, which makes me feel more comfortable, and everyone's wearing masks and everyone's spread out in the big room, so I feel comfortable. I think they're taking all the precautionary stuff they need to do.
My name's Julianne. I'm a sophomore nursing student here. I just signed up because I can play Mario Kart on the Wii on no other system, so I just felt like I was meant to be here today.
What are your expectations for today?
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of expectations going in other than I saw the Instagram post and signed up. It's looking really fun. The other arcade games they have in the sub Down Under look like a lot of fun, so hopefully I can hit those up after this.
Now in third, Owen with a really good comeback at the end of the first lap. Still first.
Up next is your Truman weather forecast. Stay tuned after the break for a look at the Truman men's basketball team's accomplishments this season and the latest installment of Professors React.
Hey there, Truman. Be ready to get those hammocks out as we're going into this weekend with completely clear skies. Finally, here on Saturday, we'll be breaking the 70-degree barrier and with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 46. Moving into Sunday, clouds will be coming back, but the temperature will be continuing to rise until we get a high of 77 and the low will be 55. Going into the next week, we're going to be seeing more clouds coming in, but once again, the temperature will be remaining constant with a high of 79 to 80 and 75 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, respectively. And then on Thursday, the temperature will unfortunately be dropping back down to 66 as the high, but we'll still have mostly clear skies. This has been your weather forecast. Stay tuned after the break.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
The Truman State men's basketball team made university history this month when they defeated Michigan Tech University 65-62 and advanced to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1997. Unfortunately, they were cut short this week when they lost 70-69 to Flagler College. Despite Truman holding a strong lead into the end of the fourth period, Flagler came from behind with 2 last-minute free throws to win the game. Nevertheless, the Bulldogs should be proud considering their history-making achievement. In addition to the advancing to the Elite Eight for the first time in 2 decades, the team saw a 13-game winning streak, earned Coach, Player, and Freshman of the Year honors, and had 3 players named All-GLVC. Up next, join me, Jordyn LaBarge, for part 2 of the series Professors React. This week's installment features Dr. Chad Moeller, Dr. Craig Hennigan, and Professor Ed Rogers as they react to some of the stuff Truman professors say. Take a look.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the Zoom room. Welcome back to Ogre Town here. Don't do this at home, kids.
Hello, I'm Dr. Craig Hennigan, and I am to react to things on the popular website or Facebook group that is Truman Professors Say. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm gonna ban all kindergartners from writing haikus from Dr. D'Agostino. Okay. I think like you learn haikus early too, right? I could be for that. All right, but like they all have to learn to write limericks instead.
Kindergartners, no, that's a hard word to say. Can they write anything but haikus?
He says he's going to ban all kindergartners from writing haikus. I just don't know what he's going to do in his workshops if he does that.
Oh, whipping it up and putting it back together again sounds a little violent, a little cerebral destruction going on there. But I suppose if as long as we can do it without the fart noises, we'll be okay.
I would read the next one, but it has this thing called the fart noise. And I just feel I should skip that.
If your stuffies start talking to you, leave the dorm immediately. Sure, because like if you leave the dorm, then who knows what else might talk to you. Like if we're trying to get the entirety of the experience, right?
I used to be able to play piano until my hands got chopped off. It's a sad story there.
I want everyone to mention that their previous or current jobs in the chat, and then we're going to guess what gender you are. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm sure like everyone was happy to participate in that exercise.
I wonder how much success he had at that project. Godfather's Pizza or your life. Ooh, that sounds like a threat there.
What even is Godfather's Pizza?
Oh yeah, I think I've dated myself there. I'm sure all my students were saying, what the heck is Godfather's Pizza? Is that like mafia pizza or something?
Yes. This is Rhetoric and Civic Life. I have this binder somewhere in this room. My office is such a mess. It looks like a bomb went off. Yeah. Gorgias is trash, right?
Tasted like it was made by peasants. And nothing good ever comes from You can't prove I said that.
Last piece in the trap at 9 a.m. before an exam or before a speech day in public speaking, I want to play music to get people like pumped up and motivated. And like sometimes you just got to have some Nicki in the morning, right?
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Do you remember saying that?
I do. Yeah. The red bodysuits. All my comments are truthful. That's why I can remember them.
Oh, what happened to my Diet Coke? I didn't know that anything happened to it. Did someone take it? Oh no, what am I going to do? Really, though, I can stop anytime I want to. And actually, I have. I've moved on to Diet A and W. So just so you know, I'm okay now.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM. Pick up a copy of the Index and look at Detours Magazine's latest adventure online. Don't forget to also check out our news content on tmn.truman.edu. You can also follow KTRM Studios on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you missed a part of our broadcast tonight, check out KTRM Studios on YouTube. If you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. From all of us here at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.